Okay, I think we are live. Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are you all doing? Hope you're doing very good, very well, very awesome. My name is Jason Robinson. I am with Illustration by Design. That's the name of my business, and I am a graphic artist and illustrator. And I do a lot of work for a lot of freelance work for various companies and ad agencies and the like. But I also love comics. I've been reading comics forever. Big fan, big collector, big hoarder of comics. And I love drawing comics for a living when I have a chance to. So this is what I'm doing right now. I am currently working on a comic book, which is a lot of fun, very cool. This comic book is a horror anthology called Secret Comics Presents. And hopefully you can all hear me. I'm assuming you do. But yeah, this just went live on Indiegogo this past Friday, the 13th, very appropriately, considering my name is Jason. And we have now reached 25% of our funding goal, which is awesome. I want to thank everyone who has taken the time, opportunity, and devoted their personal finances, their money, to buy this book. The writer Nasser Rabadi and I are extremely grateful for your support and your help in getting this book funded. And you know, we're, like I said, we're 25% of the way there, but we just need to keep on going. We need to continue to try to get more people to know about the book, and hopefully, you know, buy copies of it and support it, and especially to just spread the word, just sharing out the link to the campaign. Actually, the campaign link is in the description right here. Available for only 60 days, and it is. It's not going into in demand. So after 60 days, you know, either we've made the goal or we haven't. And if you click that link, www.secretcomics.com, that will take you to the Indiegogo page, and you can look at the various tiers. You can buy original art. You can buy original pages from the comic book. You can have yourself put inside the comic book. I can draw you inside the comic book. You know, there's a lot of stuff in there for you guys to look at and check out and enjoy. And I really, really hope you guys choose to do so, because you know, without your help, this comic, well, the comic will get done because I'll be drawing it for the next few months. But you know, once the campaign's ended, if we don't have enough money, we can't actually publish the book. So you know, you guys will get refunds, but you know, the book will just be sitting here in my studio gathering dust. So I would love to get this book published and sent out to every one of you guys and gals who have bought the book, so you guys can read it, you guys can enjoy it, you guys can pass it on to your kids, grandkids, scare them just as much as hopefully the book will scare you. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Comic Slash says, how many pages are complete? There are 7 pages penciled. All the pages are laid out. 7 are penciled, and I'm right now inking page 4. So that's why over the next couple of months I'm going to be working on the book. You know, drawing it, inking it, lettering it, and then putting it all together to be sent to the printer. So the hope is that by the time the campaign ends, and that will be May 12th, the book will be pretty close to being finished drawing. You know, and then the rest sort of will take a lot less time. The lettering and the actual layout of the book will take a lot less time than the actual illustration of the book. So the bulk of the work will be done by the time the campaign ends on May 12th. The metal says, ahoy there, metal. Sorry, I need a drink of water. Yeah, good. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. You know, I hope you guys are dealing fairly well with the whole coronavirus thingy dingy. You know, I know there's a lot of new rules and regulations being sort of put in place to try to keep people healthy, and I hope you guys are you know, not being, well, I'm sure a lot of you are. It's going to be an imposition on a lot of people. A lot of people are going to have to stay home from work, not go to school. So it's going to be a hassle. But, you know, I'd rather a short-term hassle of a few weeks or maybe even a month than a whole bunch of people dying because we didn't. So, Yash says, we had a power outage the other day. I blame the coronavirus. That's probably a fair guess. It's probably the blame. Yeah, yeah. I got my credit card bill the other day and I didn't like it, so I blame that on the coronavirus as well. So I blame everything on it now. I blame that cough on the coronavirus. So, and not my talking too much. Lady Celtic Moon is berating us, saying, "Stop blaming the virus." I will take that under consideration. It depends. It depends on how much trouble I will get into if I take the blame myself. If I'm going to get in trouble, I'm going to blame the virus instead. It's like the old Family Circus cartoon where with "Not Me the Ghost," I'll just blame the virus. Chrono did it. I didn't knock over that vase. Chrono did it. So, let's see. Lady Celtic Moon says, "Thank you, sir, for your consideration." You're welcome. The metal says, "Worst comes to worst, I can just wait it out in the woods indefinitely. Been needing a good excuse to go survival camping again." Well, this is a pretty good excuse to get away from as many people as possible. So at least for a couple months maybe. But let me go to StreamYards and show you the campaign in case you have not seen it as yet. That's not it. That's it. Damn, look at that. It's like magic. I had the wrong tab. I don't know. Is it possible to zoom in on you can, will that work? That's a little better. Yeah, if you can see here, we are 25% of $6,000, which is our fixed goal. Fixed goal means that the campaign will only receive funds if at least $6,000 is raised by its deadline. If we don't reach $6,000, then everybody who's contributed money will get a refund. But the downside of that is the book won't get published, and you guys won't get your book. So you'll get your money back, and yeah, there's no risk to you if we don't reach our goal. But we would love to reach our goal because we would love to get you this book. And yeah, the only way we're going to get there is if people buy the book. So again, please, if you haven't already, please click the link to Secret Comics Presents. It's secret-comicspresents.com, and at least check it out. I mean, there are several different tiers. You can buy the book for as little as $8, only $8 US, plus shipping and handling. Actually, I think shipping is $4, so it'll be $12 for one issue. Even better, though, is here. You get 2 copies of the book for $16 and free shipping, and you also get a trading card along with it. If you just buy the book, just one book, there's no trading card. See? No trading card. So you just get 1 copy of the book, no trading card, and you pay shipping and handling for a total of $12, or you can get 2 copies of the book plus a trading card with no shipping for $16, for only $4 more. So it's a much better deal. Or you can get a digital copy for $8, and there's no shipping on that because it's just emailed to you. So that might be a good alternative, and that's also $8. You can also get, oops, scroll too fast. You can also get 2 comics and a Kick Nasser button, because everyone wants to kick Nasser. And in addition to those 2 comics and the Kick Nasser button, you also get a trading card as well, which is very cool. And 8 out of 100 have been claimed, so there's a limited number. You can also get a head sketch from me of any character you want. So you get the comic and a head sketch, 4 by 6 inches of any character you want, and that will be $60. And 2 of those have been claimed out of 50. So there's a limited number of that as well. You can get drawn into the book, and there's only 1 of those available. So first come, first serve. The first person who buys this tier will get drawn into the book. You'll also get 5 copies of the comic, to share with your family, to show that you're now famous, a famous celebrity. 5 copies of the trading card, and you also get drawn into at least one page of the book. It just depends on what the story is and you know what how much room there is for you. So you can get the book and a page of original art. Like if you wanted, say, this page here, it's first come, first serve. First person who buys a page gets to pick any page in the book they want. And these are just the first 3 pages that I finished. So you know, there's going to be 17 more to choose from, and you know, I'm going to try to make them all as awesome as possible. But it's going to be first come, first serve. One of them has already been purchased, so he'll have first pick. Second person who buys a page from the book will have second pick, and so on and so forth. So the sooner you buy this tier, and again, you get the comic, a trading card, and a page of the book of your choosing. The sooner you buy this tier, the more choices you'll have to pick a piece of art. And then you have here, you can buy the original cover art for the book. And you also get 5 copies of the comic, 5 copies of the trading card, and then you own the original cover art. But you need to keep in mind that the cover art is going to be an infinity cover. And by that, I mean the artwork gets repeated over and over again. Here's the cover here. And as you can see, it shows this woman, and she's reacting in horror to the actual comic book on which she is on the cover, reacting to the comic book on which she's the cover, reacting to the comic book on which she's on the cover. And that's what's meant by an infinity cover. It's the cover repeated again and again and again and again into infinity. And in order to do that, because I can't draw that small and make it look good, I did it in Photoshop. I drew this original page with the woman, the creepy shadow behind her, and the outline of the book. And then in Photoshop, I pasted that same image over and over and over again to make it look accurate. So when you get the actual cover, it won't have all this extra stuff in it, and also it won't have the logos, the title, or the logo here, Secret Comics. So it'll just be black and white artwork. So I can show you in a few minutes what it looks like. So that's another tier you guys can buy. And yeah, inside the book there will be 4 stories. Charlie Finds a Friend, in which a lonely boy, and it's actually this one here, this first story. See, Charlie finds a friend, and it's about a little boy who goes into the basement and discovers a radio that is talking to him and telling him things that he probably shouldn't be listening to. So, and yeah, certain things happen, but you have to buy the book to find out. The second story is There's Nothing to Be Afraid of, nothing to be scared of, rather. And Vicky confronts her biggest fears, but they just might get her first. In Don't Open the Box, a man is gifted a small wooden box by his wife and is instructed not to open it. But when odd things keep occurring, the urge to open it grows stronger. And in A Night in Darkness, sometimes horror stories do have happy endings. So those are the 4 stories in this 20-page book. And again, you can get it for as low as $8 for a copy. Or you can get 2 copies of the book for $16 and free shipping, or various other tiers in which you'll get additional things, from kick-nosser buttons to head sketches or actual pages of original art from the book. So I encourage everybody to check it out. Oh, here's the art that's going to be on the trading card. This is the trading card art, and this is basically the promotional poster that I created. You know, in the run-up to the Indiegogo release. So you'll get this on a trading card, and it'll look really cool. So that's basically the campaign. And we have stretch goals as well. If we manage to raise, if we manage to raise $6,000, you'll get the book. If we reach $10,000, then the book will be extended an extra 4 pages with behind-the-scenes extras, bringing it to 24 pages total. If we reach $15,000, I will paint the cover. Right now it's in black and white, and I will paint the cover to look like a sort of like a 60s a 60s horror poster, movie poster. If we reach $15,000, excuse me. If we reach, sorry, I need a drink of water. I don't talk this much usually, so it's hard on my throat. Hold on. Pardon me. When you work alone in when you freelance, you work alone in your studio. You don't talk that much. You just sort of draw, and you think a lot, but not much talking gets done. So I will paint the cover at $15,000. At $20,000, every backer will also get a Secret Comics 2x2 patch, and I believe that's a patch. I'm not sure what's on it, but Nasser had them made up quite a while ago. So everyone will get an extra patch, I think it's like for jean jackets. Get a patch. And at $30,000, Nasser said that he will shave his head when we reach $30,000, and that's the tier that's the stretch goal I'm most looking forward to. I really, really hope we reach that because I want to see Nasser shave his head. I think I have a picture of Nasser somewhere. Where is it? There he is. Hold on. Please hold. Let's see here. Where's that picture of Nasser? Here he is. Share. There's Nasser. Nasser's got a lot of hair. Nasser's got a whole buttload of hair, and I would love to have him shave that off and show the world. So I really, really, really hope that we not only hit the basic tier to get the book published. I really want to hit $30,000 because Nasser doesn't want to shave his head. That's why he made it $30,000. I had to talk him into doing it, and he finally decided. He finally agreed to do it if we made a stretch goal of $30,000 because he doesn't think we'll ever reach it, and I want to prove him wrong. I want to see that. I want to see that kid bald. So I encourage everybody to go online and make the hashtag #MakeNasser_bald. I want that to be trending on on Twitter by next week. I hope that happens. So yeah, but yeah. So those are the basic tiers and stretch goals for the campaign. I really hope you guys will do us the honor of backing the book, of supporting it, and just giving us an opportunity to bring you a great comic book. If you don't already know, Nasser has already crowdfunded 2 previous comic books and very successfully. He's done this before. This is going to be his 3rd time out. Actually, his 3rd comic book in I believe a year and a half. So he's already put out 2 comic books in the last year. This will be his 3rd one. So he's sort of an old hand at this, and yeah, he's been very diligent about putting it out on time and honoring the commitment he's made to the customers. So yeah, I just want to thank all of you for your support. Whether it's financial or just sharing the campaign out to people. We need all the help we can get, and we definitely want everyone to buy this book, everyone to see the book, and everyone to have a chance to take part in this endeavor. So yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So with that said, I am going to go and actually start drawing. That's probably the main reason why you guys came and to hang out with me. So, not to hear me babble. So I'm going to switch from my head cam, sorry, my headset. My brain's not working either. Let me change from my headset to my camera over my drawing table, and then we'll go on from there. So please hold. All right. You guys might still be able to hear me. I've switched mics, but wander on over and let's see, where's that? There we go. Wander on over and turn on my tablet so I can continue seeing what you guys are saying and respond to any questions you may have regarding the book. What it's like working with Noster is horrific, or anything else you may want to say to me, so, or talk about. Let's see here. All right. Sorry, I'm just clicking things, clicking buttons. And all right, that's starting. All right. Yeah, I know they've been saying about the coronavirus that you shouldn't be going out, but I haven't been listening. I've been going to the store. I went to the movies yesterday, rather on Sunday. Went to see Bloodshot with Vin Diesel. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It wasn't, yeah, it was a Vin Diesel movie, so it was not Shakespeare, but it was entertaining enough. I never really followed the character in the comics. It's based on a Valiant Comics character, but no, it was entertaining. I got exactly what I expected out of it. A lot of cool action, some interesting body horror shots when he gets shot in the face with a sawed-off shotgun, and his face rearranges and comes back together. So the character is basically a bald Wolverine with no claws. If that makes sense. That is the basic premise. He's a soldier who died, and then they bring him back to life, filled with nanotech, and then gets sent on various missions. And then there's other stuff that goes on, but I don't want to give everything away in case you guys are interested in watching it. So I will leave it at that. Let's see. Let me see all the stuff that I've been missing. I'm going to go up a little and then try to zip down as fast as I can. I apologize for the delay. All right, answer that. Okay, Lady Celtic Moon chewing me out. I got that. All right. Comics Legends, dagnabbit. Okay, Comics Legends asks, are there variant covers? There are no variant covers, Comics Legend. Nasser wanted to keep it simple, and the more sort of extra stuff involved, like variant covers, the more complex it would be, and it was just easier to just keep it as simple as possible. So, but maybe in future issues, because in future issues, if this is successful and we're able to fund it, Noster would like to make this an ongoing book. He wants to make this issue 1 of a continuing series, and in future issues, he wants to have other artists draw stories in it, so that right now it's 4 stories all drawn by me in this book. In future issues, he would like to have 4 or 5 stories, each story drawn by a different artist. So once that happens, he might consider doing variant covers, one by each artist in the book.
and that would be very cool. I would love to see that. So have to wait and see. Baby steps. This book needs to get funded first, and then we can do cool stuff in the future, and that would be very awesome. Let's see. The mail says I'll have to wait a bit to back. I prefer physical, but if this virus hurts my freelancing, I'm gonna have to stick to digital. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I perfectly understand. It's tough, and we don't know what the effect the virus is going to have on different companies. I had a client who just contacted me today, telling me that they're going to hold off on a logo. Oops, sorry, I keep bumping it with my big old head. They're going to hold off on a logo they're having me work on until they see what's happening over the next few weeks. So just have to wait and see. Um, Zimbo says, I got the 2 copies perk and I got the digital perk, and I am extremely grateful for that. Zimbo, Yush, I really appreciate it. It's very cool. I didn't know that you can buy more than one perk. Yes, you can. If you bought one perk already, and you decide you want another perk as well, you're more than capable of adding to that. Adding to yeah, if you see something you like after your initial purchase, please don't hesitate to go in there and buy something else. Every purchase gets us one step closer to reaching that $6,000 goal, and we need all the help we can get. So thank you all. Um, Flint Amaranth says, "Good evening, chat, or good morning, depending on your perspective." Yeah, for me it's early morning. It's 3:40 right now. So yeah, good morning to you too, or good evening, depending on your perspective. Um, Comic Selection said, "Did you use a smart object in Photoshop?" I did not. I'm not really sure how smart objects work, so I tend not to use them. I should probably YouTube it and get educated on it. Um, I just haven't put in the time to do it. So it'd probably be smart if I learned about smart objects in Photoshop. So yeah. Mm. Ah, whew, I'm gonna have to drink a lot of water. Um, let's see. I hope it. I hope an evil gremlin comes out of that box. Well, wait and see. Something happens. I guarantee it. Heartbreaker says, "Hey, hi, brother. How you doing, Heartbreaker? Good seeing you." Comic Selection says, "Will the 4 stories have different drawing styles?" That is a good idea, but I don't know if I'm skilled enough to pull it off credibly. It'd be fun. I could do it. I could more easily do it if like one of the stories was done in the cartoon style. I mean, this is cartoony, but it's this more traditional comic book style. But if I could do a like a cartoony style easily, and if one of the stories was like that, that'd be interesting. But no, I mean, in this book, it's all going to be basically one style like this. It might there might be some that are a little darker in terms of the shading and stuff, but generally this is going to be the style for the entire book. So um, Zimbo says that train car is hella dope, bro. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm glad you like it. It's actually a an image of Zombie Nasser. So the writer of the book, it's the writer of this comic book in zombie form. So, and Flint Emerald points out that the $30,000 stretch goal, where Nasser shaves his head, is in fact the only stretch goal that matters, and that is true. That is the only reason why I want this book to succeed. I want to reach that $30,000 goal and get Nasser's head shaved. So we shall see. I mean, so I just want everyone to help make my dreams come true by making Nasser bald. That'd be an early Christmas present for me. So please help me do this. Do it for the children. The children want to see Nasser shaved. Um, let's see. Heartbreaker says, I think I just lost one of my best friends, so I'm trying to deal with that. Plus fixing my sleep schedule. I'm sorry. Wow. And I quit YouTube because I lost my friend. Wow. Hmm. I don't know the details, but I'm sorry to hear that. The metal says, see, not so shave his head. Vim Ree says shave his eyebrows. That would probably take quite a bit more funding to get him to do that. maybe we can make that the $50,000 stretch goal. I'll talk to Nasser. Flint Emery says, now I want to see metal shave Nasser's head instead. Sorry. Let me put down the bottle of water and continue inking while I talk. Let's see. Yash said, you sound like you're in a submarine. That's probably because I was on my headset. It sounds really weird. Okay, now it sounds more normal. That's probably because I'm on this camera now. Let's see. I'm just waiting for the coronavirus zombies to show up. Yeah, that will be next. That will be its final form. Once the mutation of the virus strain occurs, we'll start to see really cool stuff happening, like from the Resident Evil movies. So stay tuned, folks. Let's see. Let me see. Jiminy is a super spreader confirmed, says Flint Emerald. I'm not sure what that means. So it's probably something I said that I forgot, but you can elaborate. Okay. Yash says, oh, nanobots are going to take over the world one day and turn everything into gray goo. Now, seriously, read up about it. Gray goo scenario is a real possibility. That might be true. The metal says, I'm probably a super spreader, but I got to make that dough. And a lot of my freelancer jobs are in-person consulting. A super spreader, is that someone who does a lot of different work? If so, then that is true. I think I don't know if that's what you mean, but yeah, I do various different graphic art work, from logos to layout and design, and to illustration. But I prefer illustration, and that's why the name of my company and my YouTube channel is Illustration by Design, because I do illustration by design. I much prefer that to the other sort of things in graphic arts. Just a lot more fun for me. See, oh, Eagle 43's here. Hey, Eagle 43, how you doing? Comics Legend said, I want him to shave his eyebrows. I'll talk to Nasser, see what we can do. The Art of Reed's here. Hey, how you doing? These panels are awesome. Thank you very much, Art of Reed. I appreciate that. Eagle 43 says, I want to see Nasser build a toilet paper shrine at 50,000. That's pretty easy. You just sort of stack them up, don't you? The metal says super spreader in this case means someone who is likely benign or asymptomatic. Oh, okay. With the coronavirus that's spreading the disease around. Okay, got it. I might be. I don't know. I did go to the movie theater. But the funny thing is like part of the reason why I went to the movie theaters or wanted to go was because I knew it would be empty, because everyone's scared. Everyone's like hiding in their houses. So, and my friend and I got there. You know, it's opening weekend for that movie, Bloodshot. There were 15 people in the theater. Everyone else, the rest of the theater was empty. So we had like a whole row to ourselves, and it was like two rows between each person in the theater. They were like separating themselves like crazy. So you know, maybe Chrono-chan was hanging out there, but you know, she wasn't letting anyone get close to each other. Everyone was maintaining proper distance, proper social distancing. But Zimbo says, no, so nanobots that break things down to its molecular level could be weaponized for war. But if those nanobots got out of control, they keep replicating and breaking everything down, thus gray goo. Well, although they could give us superpowers. You never know. That could be cool. It could be cool. But to what you were saying, says the metal, I'm the same. I do a lot of different work. Yeah, you have to, because, you know, unless you're really successful and you can just focus on one thing. I mean, that's my goal. I mean, to do well enough eventually so I can just do illustration. But you know, it's my job is like a blessing because I get to use my artistic skills and make money from it. So there are a lot of people, tons of people, probably most people who don't get to do what they love and make money. So I'm blessed. I'm not going to complain. Eagle 43 says that makes me think of the replicators from Stargate. I'm not sure if I remember them. I remember the TV show Stargate, but and I remember the movie. I don't remember the replicators. I probably do. I'm trying to remember. Gosh, I haven't watched that show in so long. It's probably been 15 years since I watched Stargate. Flint Armour says Jiminy does not fear Chrono-chan's love. Nah, not really, because I'm not. I mean, I can't stay in my house all the time. I have to get the mail. You know, I mean, the funny thing is, I mean, you see all these people like, you know, crying and fretting about the coronavirus. It's like, oh no, it's gonna get us. We can't go anywhere. We have to stay in our houses. But those same people think nothing about rushing to the grocery store and standing in line with 50,000 other people hoarding toilet paper. You know, where they're like butt to butt against each other. It's like, don't you realize that what you're doing is increasing your chance of infection far more than just going to, you know, the movie theater? I mean, you're in close quarters with tons of people rushing to hoard supplies at the same time, and you're stuck in line for, you know, sometimes hours on end. That's you know, you may want to, you know, if you're not afraid of that, you know, maybe, you know, you shouldn't be as afraid of just going to the theater. But, you know, still the more you're out and about, you know, it does increase your chance. So I mean, you should use common sense. I mean, they're doing the right thing by limiting sporting events, you know, stopping parades and stuff. And that is for the best, because you don't want a situation like you have in Italy, where, I mean, that's what you want to avoid and minimize. So, you know, I'm sort of being light about it, but it's a very serious thing. You know, I'm still going out. I mean, like I mean, unless they cancel, I'm still going to a figure drawing class on Thursday. You know, but, you know, there's a difference between, you know, a class with like 10 people and, you know, a gathering with, say, like 100 people in a bar. I mean, those are two different scenarios. I mean, if it's a small gathering, I'm not gonna worry about it that much. Mel says Grey Goo is a lot more likely an apocalypse than many other end-day horror themes. Yash says, when aliens take over the world, they will erase our minds and use this as their slaves and call us Gollum, miserable Gollum. Probably. They're big fans of token. Toilet paper is the currency of the day. It is. Seriously, Eagle 43. Ammunition is a better currency, says the metal. I like Eagle's currency better because I'd be richer. So you've already stocked up, Flint Amaranth, on your toilet paper. That's good. In case the dreaded explosive diarrhea hits you, you'll be well prepared. Let's see here. Hey, the metal. You are a mod. If you would, could you post the link in the description for the campaign at regular intervals? I would really appreciate it. I mean, you know, if you have to leave, that's fine. But just post the link so people can click on it and go to the campaign. And if they want to, take a look and purchase copies of the book and other things, because we really need the help. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I will do my part as well. Please hold. There you go. There's a banner right there. Right there at the bottom of your screen. So I don't have to continue to say the same thing over and 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 over again. You guys can just see it on your screen as a reminder. And Meadow is going to very helpfully post the link in the chat for you guys to click and check out and order the book. So thank you very much. Let's see. Comment section says, how many issues of Spawn did you work on? Sadly, only one. It was an issue that was put inside one of Todd McFarlane's toy sets. He called me after seeing my work at a convention and told me that he wanted to put a comic book inside of his Spawn Alley playset, and he needed an artist for that. So he asked me if I wanted to do it. I said, yeah, heck yeah. So I did it and delivered it, and they published it, and they never called me back. I don't know why. I did a good job, but yeah, but you know, it was a once in a lifetime experience. I loved it. It was awesome, but unfortunately, it never led to any more jobs. You know, I showed it to other publishers, try to get work, but it just didn't pan out. And you know, I just focused on commercial art afterwards. So, you know, I still drew comic books, but you know, there were comic books for different companies and like different like ads for you know, ad agencies and stuff in a comic book style. So. So I just sort of refocused my skills in another direction that was ultimately more profitable than you know, me continuing to apply to comic book companies, because I did that for probably 10 years, trying to get work in comic book companies, and you know, with just that one job, out of all that time and effort and money spent, it just wasn't, you know, it didn't make sense for me to keep doing it. Humphrey Bear says paper towels for toilet paper. You can use paper towels, Kleenex. But I would use kitchen paper towels. They're just as, if you don't have toilet paper, any sort of paper product like that, napkins, you know, use them for toilet paper. Why not? You know, if you're worried that it's gonna be too rough, then wet it down first. You know, for your sensitive bottom. But you know, you can use it. Comic Selection says that is cool. Yes, it was very cool. It was very, very cool. Even today, I'm still excited that I was like, man, I got to draw Spawn. It's so cool. Oh yeah, flushing paper towels is a bad idea. Yeah, but don't flush them. You know, just put them in a plastic bag and then dump them. You know, just like your dog. You know, when you take your dog out for a walk, you know, he does his business, put it in a plastic bag, toss it in the trash. Same thing. Yeah, that one works, the metal. The one in the description works. It's perfectly fine. So yeah, the only reason I have this one is because it's just easier to remember. Secret-comics.com. I mean, there's no way I can remember the Indiegogo link, and you know, it's just easier for people. Yash says, I want to get the Spawn Deluxe Edition hardcovers, but they're out of print and crazy expensive. but they're the largest format. Yeah, I mean, there are tons of stuff out there in different variants. So one day I will be a multi-gazillionaire, and I'll be able to get them all, like Pokemon. Got to catch them all. I'll hit the lottery one day, and I'll win $1 billion, and then I will spend the rest of my life hoarding various comic books that are out of my reach right now. Or you can go to your local home appliance store in the plumbing section and purchase a bidet hookup for like $10, long-term investment. Yeah, you can do that too. I'm not sure about, well, I guess if it has enough water pressure, it'll do the job. But, I think it would have to have quite a bit of water pressure to make sure that your bottom is properly cleaned. And then you have to worry about drying it. I wouldn't want to use a bidet after doing number 2 and then pulling up my shorts after that. Yuck. That's a nasty mess. There has to be some way to dry your butt if you don't have toilet paper. I wouldn't want to use a towel. I wouldn't want to use a washcloth, because then you'd have to no. There has to be a better method. I saw a YouTube video of like a really expensive bidet. I think it's made by Collier, and it cost like $4,000, $5,000, and it's really cool, but it's also very high tech. So yeah, I don't feel like spending $5,000 on a toilet. Hold on. I'm trying to reach for something and it's sliding down. Hold on. Hold, don't move, stop. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. This is what I want. All right. All right. Art of Recess, I have a removable shower head. Been using it for years on the front door. Haven't felt the need to use it on the back door until now. Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't understand what you meant by front door or back door until the end, and then okay, I got it. Interesting. Yesh says, Jason, you never told me about Berserk. That's a dope manga. I've never read Berserk. I've heard about it, but yeah, it's been around for years. I think it's not from the 80s. It's a really old manga. Flint Amaranth says, funnily enough, Metal, bidets are in short supply now too. Oh yeah, they are. Everyone's buying them. And Metal says, I guess some people finally got the program. Typically, you keep a dedicated bidet towel in rotation, but you can keep a low heat hair dryer handy. I guess. It's just, yeah. It just seems so much messier than and more of a headache than just toilet paper. But I guess if you don't have toilet paper, then for me it would be like a sort of definitely a secondary option. So, but some people love it. I hear the Europeans are really into it, and the Japanese. Let's see. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm looking at page 1 as reference so I can draw page 4, or at least do the details from page 4. Let's see. Trying not to screw this up. Trying not to screw it up. All right. That. I want that. All right. All right. That's. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. All right. And actually, All right. All right. All right. All right. Bum, 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 bum. All right. All right. Okay. I finally saw the new Terminator, or the last Terminator movie with the girl. It was interesting. It was an interesting movie. Had cool action and stuff, and I liked seeing Arnold in it. Didn't really make much sense though. So yeah, weird. Interesting movie though. I mean, if you haven't seen it, and it shows up on like TNT or something one day, USA, check it out. You might like it. It shows up on the Sci-Fi Channel. It's not a great movie, but it's better than some of the other Terminator sequels they've made. Like what was the one with a female Terminator? I mean, it's much better than that. Yeah. If you're bored over the next few weeks while you're locked in your homes and you're trying to find something to do, you might want to give it a look-see. Let's see here. All right. Probably flip it this way. It's probably better. Yeah, this is better. I can see without the shadow of the triangle getting away. Question is, can you guys see? I think you can. So, Does no good to stream myself drawing if you guys can't see what I'm drawing. Let's see. All right, that's good. Don't mess it up, don't mess it up, don't mess it up. All right, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Sorry, I talk a lot. I make a lot of noise when I draw. So you have to, afraid you'll have to forgive me for my various vocalizations during the drawing process. All right. Put this where I can reach it. Yash says, Jason, check out the Moonlight series by artist David Finch from 2006. Incredible art. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, no, it's very good. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, check out the Moonlight series from the 1990s by Stephen Platt, also known as Splat. He had a very distinctive style. I don't think he's in comics anymore, but yeah, a really distinctive style back in the early 90s and probably mid 90s. I mean, he was pretty popular back then. So check him out when you have a chance. And also, speaking of Moon Knight, check out Bill Sienkiewicz's work from the early 80s on Moon Knight. He was a devotee slash sort of. I think he worked. Yeah, he did. I think he did. I think he worked for Neil Adams. He was like an apprentice of Neil Adams, and he drew Moon Knight in the early 80s, starting from 1980. But he's an incredible artist. He's kind of nuts when it comes to things like politics, but he's a phenomenal, brilliant artist. And yeah, his work is worth pointing out as well. So a lot of great artists out there. Which was the first one you said? I said Stephen Platt. Stephen, Stephen, Platt, Platt, or just Splat, S.Platt. That's how he signed his work. Stephen Platt, Moon Knight. I mean, there's so many phenomenal artists out there. It's like kind of makes me sick. It's like they're so good, it makes me sick. Dang it, why can't I be that good? But it's kind of a good thing because it gives you something to strive for. You know, when you have like endless numbers of like brilliant artists out there, it just gives you're never at a loss for motivation, inspiration when it comes to being an artist. It's just like, oh gosh. It's like you reach one level, and that it's like being in a video game. You finally reach one level, and it's like you're like, oh man, finally I've mastered it. And then it's just another level waiting for you for you to conquer. It's like it's never ending. You're never going to be as good as other artists you see. There's always going to be other artists who can kick your butt at at whatever you're doing. Yash says, you are the good. Look at your trading card. That's the example of your color stuff. It's as good as any of those mentioned. No, it's not. I guarantee you. Seriously, check out Bill Sienkiewicz and his paintings, his color work. It's mind blowing. He does a lot of covers for various comic book companies, Marvel and DC, for a reason. He really is like a genius with painting. Alex Ross is another really great artist, but he's much more of a traditional artist. Would I call him a genius? I don't know if I call him a genius. He's a brilliant artist. He's an excellent artist. But Bill Sienkiewicz, his stuff is just it's mind blowing. I look at his stuff, I'm just like, this guy is a talent. Let's see. I think, okay, a little more. Not quite enough. There we go. Oh, also, I forgot to tell you guys. I apologize. Let me check. Be right back. Hold on. Wait, this page keeps on wanting to slide down. Hold still. There we go. That'll hold it. Okay. I am currently at 473 subscribers. And that's how many is that away from? That's 27. 27 subscribers away from 500, reaching 500 subscribers. Once I reach 500 subscribers, I will be giving away 5 free, falling, 5 free drawings to one of my subscribers, of the character of your choice. So I'll do that randomly. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and you will be in the running to win a free drawing from me, and I will mail it to you. So yeah, if you would, please subscribe to my channel. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Give this live stream a thumbs up, and make sure to hit the bell for notifications of future videos. And when you hit the bell, make sure that it is set for all, so that you get all notifications, because otherwise YouTube may not let you know when I'm live streaming or when I post another video, and you want to make sure that you get a heads up when that happens. So, but yeah, I'm 27 subs away, and yeah, if you guys would sub to me, I would greatly appreciate it. Huh. Now I'm doing this thing that I should not be doing. I have to keep reminding myself not to do it. If you probably notice, my pencils tend to be pretty tight when I draw. You know, I tend to draw everything before inking it. Some people don't have to do that. Some people are very good with just drawing straight. I mean, they can draw a stick figure and from that draw like a, you know, draw the Hulk or in ink without any penciled guidelines or anything. I need guidelines because otherwise I tend to make dumb mistakes or clumsy mistakes. And to avoid doing that, I make sure that everything is penciled pretty tightly. And a lot of this stuff, like these stairs, I did not complete the penciling to the point where I feel comfortable doing everything. Let's see here. All right, let me just make sure that. All right. So I'm going back in and just make sure everything connects. The metal says that page has travel plans and you're getting in its way. Yeah, it wanted to get away. It's like, let me out of here. Hey, Alex 303, how you doing? Good seeing you. The metal says that's a really cool thing to do. What is? I'm afraid Ooh, what time is it? Oh, it's 4:18. I barely started. Let me get moving on this. I don't want to spend forever on each page. I want to make sure that this book gets done, and the longer I spend on each page, you have to spend a certain amount of time on a page to make sure it looks good, but it's got less talking, more drawing. All right, that's good. All right, that's good. Now, all right, that guy's better. And okay, that's good. That's better. All right. Okay, that's all right. I think that's good. Okay, X, 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 X. All right. Yes, there's some Bill Sienkiewicz stuff is more abstract. Yes, it is. I mean, his stuff varies from very abstract to realistic. So he has a very broad range of styles. But he's a great artist. Just a, I said, his work blows my mind whenever I see it. So I'm not shy about telling people to check him out. Let's see, I know, brush. I need a brush.
I think of fire in connection with emotion. Because when you become stirred up, when your emotions control your actions, it affects not only yourself, but the people around you. Psychologists find that control of emotions can be gained by understanding the stimulus-response pattern. When you have certain experiences, you respond with various emotions. Stimulus response. Just as this sort of stimulus produces this sort of involuntary emotion.
Let me try something else. Let me try this juicy Pentel brush pen. Wouldn't you agree that since art is so subjective, it's really difficult to say what's better or worse? No, I would not. I know that. I mean, that actually, when I went to my major in art, my art teacher said it's like, there is no bad art. I don't believe that. I think there's plenty of bad, crappy art out there. For me, what designates good art from bad art is in large part the skill of the artist. You can generally tell if an artist does something and he does it from a basis of skill, or if he's just sort of slapping stuff on the board and saying, hey, this is art. So the stuff Bill Sienkiewicz does takes a great deal of skill. You cannot paint, draw, illustrate like that if you don't know a ton about color theory, a ton about capturing the human body, human likenesses. I mean, his work reveals countless hours of experience and learning and dedication. So that's what puts him, in my mind, above someone, say, like me, who, I put in, tons of hours, but his skill level is far above mine. And actually, skill level was far above mine decades ago. I mean, I look at his work, the work he did when he was younger than I am now on New Mutants. I'm blown away by that stuff. I mean, his use of light and shadow. I mean, the guy is just a really skilled artist. Flint Emerald says, I'm not going to lie, when artists get to a certain level, it all looks the same to me. Not in terms of style, but in terms of skill. Maybe. It doesn't look the same to me. I mean, are you talking about the same artist? If the same artist gets to a certain level, then all their art looks the same to you? If that's what you mean, then yeah, I tend to agree with that on that point. Like Bill Sienkiewicz's style hasn't really changed over, probably since, I would say, the early '90s. I mean, he's had the same style since then, which is fine. I mean, I'm not bothered by that at all. But it's a style that, like I said, back in the '80s, when he was, I guess, in his 20s. Dang it! I got ink on my finger. I hate that. I'm a very fussy artist. Do I have a cloth? I think I have. Oh, my pocket. Yay! Got one in my pocket. Dang it! I'm spilling again. This page wants to escape and run away. It's not allowed to because I'm not finished with it yet. All right. I got the ink off my finger. That's good. Now I can put it on the page where it belongs. Let's see. Yash says Sienkiewicz goes pretty nuts with the lighting in New Mutants. Does look good though. Yeah, and you know what? For me the key to deciding how good Sienkiewicz became. Look at his work on Moon Knight back in 1980, and compare that to his work on New Mutants. Probably what was that? 4 years later, night and day, night and day. The guy evolved so much. The guy improved so much. When he was doing drat. Sorry, I forgot the pen. I forgot to ink a line that I need to ink. And now I just saw it. It's like, now I have to go back and do that line. When he was doing Moon Knight back in 1980, he was basically a clone of Neil Adams. His artwork looked just like Neil Adams. His poses looked just like Neil Adams, and so there wasn't much originality in terms of what he was doing. I mean, it was beautifully done, but it was also just basically it could have been traced from a Neil Adams page. So that, to my mind, that for me, that took away from his not his talent, but his it just he didn't stand out as his own artist. He looked like he was a clone, aping someone else's style. When he worked on New Mutants, his work was singularly his own. I mean, I hadn't seen artwork like that before in a comic book. I was blown away, and I think most people were. And it was at that point when he started doing New Mutants, that's when he started to evolve, or at least show his own style, his own unique vision in terms of what these characters looked like, and how he depicted them. And it was great. Oh, so good, so good. Comic Selection says the more you learn, the more differences you will notice. Yeah. So I mean, whenever I see any of these artists, I tend to, I'm like anyone else. I have my biases, and I tend to be biased towards artists who I at least sense or I see putting a lot of effort. Why can't I talk? A lot of effort. Artists I see who put a lot of effort into their work and also into getting better, improving their work. I mean, there's another artist who improved a lot in a short period of time that he was drawing comics. It was oh my gosh, I can't remember his name now. It's I gotta write it down. Let's see if it trying to tip my tongue. He used to draw for Image, and he did stuff for Wildcats. He drew the Wildcats X-Men crossover or miniseries. Hold on one second. I gotta turn the music off because it's interfering with my brain processes. Think. His name, does anyone remember? Based on my very meager hints. Chris? No. Chris Bocciolo keeps coming to mind, but it's not him. It's no. That's killing me. My brain is telling me it starts with a C, but it probably. And he's I think he's French. He has a French name. Anyway, this guy was really good. When he started off at DC Comics, he was sort of a clone of, but a much better one, of people like Rob Liefeld, Jim Lee. He had that really heavy cross-hatching look to his artwork. I wish I could remember his name. He drew a web comic for a while called Space Girl. What was his name? Oh my, it's killing me because it's right on the tip of my cerebral cortex and it refuses to come out. I'll remember it next week. long after the live stream has ended. Dang, nabbit. But anyway, this guy was sort of a clone of those guys. He had the same sort of cross-hatchy style. When he moved to Image and he started drawing like Wildcats and some of these other books, his style, oh my gosh, beautiful work. Actually, give me a second because it's killing me so much. I'm going to go online, and I apologize. I'm further delaying the illustration of this book. But I just want you to see this guy's artwork. Let's see. Heartbreaker says, "Hey, bro. Hope you're having a great day. I'm doing pretty well. I lost one of my best friends. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'll ever get them back, but I hope I do. So do I. But I did get to talk a lot to the girl of my dreams yesterday. So you win some, you lose some, I guess. Thank you, Travis Cheris. Thank you, Flint Amaret. Oh, my God. I apologize. My brain is... Don't get old, everyone. Don't get old. Once you hit 25, it's all over. It's all over. Game over, man. Game over. I love Travis Cheris's work. I can't believe I couldn't remember it. Google Travis Cheris. The guy is a phenomenal artist. When he started doing work for Wildstorm Studios, I guess it was them. When he started doing books for them, he started doing not only his pen and ink work, you know, but he started doing painted covers for them. This stuff was so good. Just Google him. Flint Amarin just put his name in the chat. Check him out. His work is phenomenal, and I love it. What I love most about it was how he grew from his beginnings in comics to now. I mean, just phenomenal work. Heartbreaker says, my brother turned 23, only 2 more years left. Yeah, seriously. Then it's just a downward decline. It's all over. Already complains about his crappy knees, crappy hearing in his eyes. So hooray! I've been watching a lot of Parks and Recreations. Yeah, you know what? I didn't start declining until erasers. Until I hit 35. That's when I noticed, because I never, you know, I was never injured or playing any sports that would give me bad knees. You know, when I was young, and I was in excellent health. Ugh. And I still am, but my body, you know, I didn't notice any wear on my body from age until I hit 35, and then my back started, which I've never had back problems. My back started aching when I would wake up in the morning, you know, from sleeping, and had never happened before. And ever since I've been 35, I've had to sleep with a pillow in the small of my back to keep it elevated, because I guess, you know, it's just natural aging process. You know, it starts to sink down into, you know, into the mattress. I don't know if my mattress is too soft or not, but maybe I just need to sleep on a board like old people do. And that's probably why they sleep on boards, because it's better on their backs. Let's see. The metal says, someone thought I was improving quickly in a short period of time, but my secret is that I was just rusty from not drawing regularly for years, and the rust has been chipping off slowly. Yeah, that can happen. If I stop drawing like portraits for a while, you know, actual likenesses of people, I get rusty, and so I try to. Art is like any other skill or talent. It's like playing an instrument. It's like playing sports. You know, if you don't exercise those muscles on a regular basis, or at least, you know, refresh the memories, the muscle memories of what you're doing, your skill level tends to, I don't want to say atrophy, but it's not as sharp. You know, you don't do things as instinctively as you did before when you were doing it regularly, and you know, you kind of have to relearn what you forgot. You didn't really forget it, but your body did. You know, the things that you would do instinctively before, you know, you now have to think about doing. But I mean, it comes back pretty quickly. I mean, I used to do like a sketch a day thing. I think I started in 2013, I think, and because I was trying to do a sketch a day for a year. Portraits of famous people, and but I would get tired, and after a while it gets monotonous, and plus it takes time. I mean, it would take me a couple hours every day to do these portraits. And eventually I got tired of it. I was like, I'm gonna stop doing it. I stopped for 6 months. And I got back into it, but then when I got back into it, I noticed, that my drawings weren't as good as they had been 6 months earlier because I had been drawing every day, the same thing, portraits every day, and over that period of time, which was probably like 7 months, I got really good at it, and but then you take a 6 month break, and then again those sort of instinctive things, those shortcuts that you learned in order to make certain things look a certain way, it kind of weakens. So it takes a little while to get back in the swing of things. Let's see. Comic Selection says he used to have weird head shapes on his characters. Travis Cheris, yeah, he may have. He used to do really interesting things with his paintings, but it worked. It sometimes it looked odd, but it was like, but that actually looks cool. And I was really happy when he was working on it. Heartbreaker says, if anything, my back's going to be broken because I do a lot of hard labor. Yeah, you got to be careful because even if you're able to recover pretty quickly when you're young, that stuff will come back to bite you once you're older. I mean, like my nephew plays football. And does he still play? I'm not sure. He just transferred. He was playing football in college, and now he's back home. So I don't know if he's playing football at his new school, but he's been injured a few times playing football, and it doesn't bother him now. But I guarantee you, when he's 40, when he's 45 and up, that stuff's gonna remind him that hey, remember me? Yeah, I'm still here, and I brought some friends. So you need to be careful because the sort of the licking your body takes while you're young, the body recovers, but in a lot of ways it doesn't forget, and it just sort of waits until you're a certain age, and it comes back to for a little reunion, a little lifetime reunion. So yeah, try to stay as healthy as you can when you're young, because even me, who has never been injured, your body naturally just gets weaker. Like I said, I stay in fairly good shape, but it's just a natural part of aging. So, the better shape you are in when you're young, the better off you'll be when you're older. So, sorry. Now, by the way, my buddy John says he will look at the project, so hopefully he does the best tier. Oh, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much. I hope your friend John does take a look at our campaign and does support it, even if it's not at the highest tier. And any help you guys can provide will be greatly appreciated and is much needed. So thank you very much, Heartbreaker. Zimbo says muscle memory. Yep, that's it. You build your muscles to a certain point. It's very easy to get back to it that quick when you start working out again. Yep. Heartbreaker says, I'm drinking my favorite drink, Coca-Cola, with the original taste, basically a 2-liter. Whoa, but a smaller bottle. It's awesome. I'm gonna get a Coca-Cola tattoo. By the way, I have a great idea. I hope they're paying you for that free advertising for life, Heartbreaker, because that's basically what you're doing. If you would, could you please have www.secret-comics.com tattooed on you as well, so that people will see it and buy our book. We greatly appreciate it. Heartbreaker says, I'm planning on making a bar, and a drink at the bar will be called the Heartbreaker. What is a 200 proof alcohol shot? It will have the reputation of after 2 shots, it will knock you out. It'll be great. I suppose until like someone possibly dies of alcohol poisoning at your bar, then it might not be so great. That's a strong drink. 100% alcohol. Interesting. Metal says, I do a lot of hard labor, but I'll probably be fine. I practice martial arts and do a lot of Qigong. Is that how you pronounce it? Qigong? To keep everything balanced like the monks of Shaolin do. Yes. Yeah, as long, I mean, if you keep yourself well stretched, that will do a lot to alleviate a lot of the pains that you get with age. So if nothing else, just make sure you stretch a lot. I need to stretch more. I mean, right now, I mean, I don't exercise a lot. I lift some weights and I do push-ups, which is very helpful for me. Yeah, just maintain some, and also walking, I think, is a huge help to maintaining strength and balance. So if you don't walk on a regular basis, you should probably do that. It can't hurt. It can't hurt unless you overdo it. then it could hurt. Let's see. Zimbo Yesh says, I've been powerlifting, bodybuilding, and doing strongman stuff my whole life. Now I basically do calisthenics, but do other strength stuff too. Yes, you need to protect your lower back when you get older. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Heartbreaker says, don't worry. I plan to have a lot of muscles. Okay, cool. Yesh says, I'm 45. Yesh is an old man. Like, he's not as old as me, but he's getting up there. So he's going to catch up with me. No, he won't. He'll never catch up with me unless I die. I don't plan on dying, though. So he'll probably never catch up with me. So, but yeah, Yesh is a very strong old man. Yesh has old man strength. Let's put it that way. Which is very scary. You don't want to mess with an old man. Don't mess with. Okay, here's a lesson to learn. I live in South Florida, which is basically God's waiting room. There are a lot of old people down here. Okay, don't mess with old people because they have a lifetime of anger built up and they have nothing to lose. Okay, they will take you out. Old people have no qualms about cutting someone or running them over with their car and then claiming it was an accident. I'm old. I don't know what I'm doing. And then they get away with it because they're old. So don't mess with old people. Be nice to them. Show respect. Respect your elders. It'll probably lengthen your life. Heartbreaker says, no man, it's so what dies at the bar will be able to tell. Oh my gosh. Am I not reading this correctly? I'm not sure if it's because I'm tired or what. No, man, it's so what dies at the bar will be able to tell. Yeah, it's called the Heartbreaker. Okay, literally killed 2 guys last year. It'll be fun. I'm going to get a quick, cool tattoo on my forearm. I'm going to get a Coca-Cola tattoo on one forearm, and the other one, I'm going to get a heart that's cut in half. In the middle, we'll have the. Oh, that's cool. That one's cool. I like the Heartbreaker tattoo idea. I'm not sure about the Coca-Cola one. Unless they pay you. If they pay you, then that's one thing. Yeah. I keep hitting that camera. It is so annoying. So annoying. Man, there are 11 people still watching. Wow. Surprised you haven't gotten sick of me. Thank you very much. I'm glad you have not gotten sick of me. If you have not already, please go over to www.secrets.comics.com and check out the campaign, the Indiegogo campaign that for the comic that I'm currently drawing. And we're trying to raise $6,000 to have this book published and mailed out to everyone who buys the copy. And we need your help. We need all the help we can get. The Metal will post a link in the, there he goes. He's posted the link in the chat for this campaign. And I really, really hope you guys decide to back it. We really, really want your business. We really, really want to make this comic and mail it out to you guys. So we would appreciate any support you can give us. Let me see here. I am okay. I think I got everything. Pretty sure I got everything. Let me just one more. Yeah. This. Yeah, I think that's good. I think one more. A couple more. One more. Is that? That work? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Heartbreaker says, I plan on having a lot of tattoos related to hearts. It's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, I think it depends on how you do it. If you plan it out, it could look very cool. I don't know if you're planning on doing like a sleeve or, I mean, I think I don't have any tattoos. I've never had an interest in getting tattoos just because I don't like I mean, something I think is cool when I'm 30 may not look so cool when I'm 50 or 70. So that's me. But I'm not against tattoos. But in fact, my dad had 4 of them. He had one on the back of each hand, and he had did he have 5? He may have had 5. He had one on each forearm. I think he had one on his shoulder. So he had a bunch of tattoos. Not a bunch. He had a number of them. But one thing that I don't like about tattoos, or the type of tattoos I don't like, are the ones that look haphazard. Like someone will get a tattoo because it's like, oh yeah, I have this, I'm dating a girl named Mary, so he has like Mary like tattooed like on his arm, and then he has like when people have random tattoos just sort of like scattered all over their body with no rhyme or reason, it just looks messy. If you're gonna do it, just make it look like art. Make it look like you intended it to be on your body a certain way, and not just like sort of just like slap them on. Because they're going to be on there for the rest of your life. And if you're going to have something sort of imprinted on your body for life, why not make it look awesome? I mean, as a whole, why not have the whole thing, the whole collection look awesome? Yash says, dude, you're not old until you're 65. Come on now. That's not what my back's telling me. That's not what my eyes are telling me. My eyes are telling me that I'm old now. And it's kind of depressing. I really, really hope my eyes hold up, for the rest of my life, because they have gotten a lot weaker over the past 5 years. It's kind of scary, especially as an artist, because I need my eyes. If I can't see, I can't draw. If I can't draw, then what am I gonna do for a living? I can become Daredevil. That'd be awesome. I can be a lawyer. Yeah, I'd have to find some radioactive goo though, roll in it for a while, see what happens. Hopefully, I'll get some radar sense. But then I'd have to practice more karate, and I have to get better at that. I'd have to join a ninja cult. Yep, that's gonna be a big headache. Let's see. Heartbreaker says, I'm gonna have an angel on my shoulder blade squeezing a heart. That's interesting. Cool. Metal says, I mean, Coca-Cola wasn't even once the 6th largest naval superpower in the world. Pepsi, on the other hand, yeah, I love Pepsi. I'm like a Pepsi addict. I mean, I don't drink it all the time. In fact, I try to drink it sparingly because all the soda's bad for your teeth. I want to keep my teeth, so I have to keep my Pepsi drinking to a fair minimum. I drink it every once in a while, but I love it. I think I love it more than I love Coke because Pepsi is sweeter than Coke, and it's that sweetness that sort of sucked me in. I'm really kind of, I'm not addicted to sugar, but if I have a choice between something that tastes sweet versus something that doesn't, um, or is less sweet, I'm choosing the sweeter option. So, let's see. Hey, Shinobi Raccoon, how you doing? Good seeing you. Heartbreaker says, I do plan on getting a Coca-Cola tattoo somewhere, probably not on my forearm though, because then I might not be able to get a job ever. At least that's what my mom says. You know what? I guarantee you, if you get a Coca-Cola tattoo on your forearm, you will never get a job at Pepsi. You will never become president of Pepsi. So, but it just depends. I mean, if you wear long sleeve shirts, then it won't be an issue. You just don't want any embarrassing tattoos where people can easily see them. And by embarrassing, I mean like, tattoos that the general public might find questionable. So, you don't want any like naked chicks on your face or, whatever, you just, if you're gonna do that stuff, put it like underneath your shirt where people can't see it. That way you won't have to worry about running for president, and then it's like, excuse me, sir, could you tell us more about that big booty you have tattooed on your neck? Well, now that you bring it up. Heartbreaker says your body is a canvas, bro. It's basically what you're saying. Yes. Treat your body like a fine canvas. You want it to look like the Mona Lisa. You don't want it to look like, something that Jackson Pollock made. Or maybe you do, but I prefer the Mona Lisa to Pollock's work. Shinobi Rec. Wait, let's see. The metal says that's not as true anymore as it used to be. Heartbreaker. It honestly depends on where you want to work, but it really is a different age. That is true. I mean, if you're working in an industry like me, I'm an artist. I work at home. I could have tattoos all over my body. Doesn't matter because, as an artist, you have a lot more leeway to look weird and goofy. I mean, in fact, people kind of expect it. I mean, you're an artist, so it's like, hey, you're a creative type, so you can look like a freak, or just like a, not. You don't have to look conventional if you're in certain industries. So, but if you're planning on doing something more or less conventional, if you plan on being a lawyer or, an engineer, a teacher, I mean, there's certain things, just keep it in mind, society will react to you in certain ways, depending on what you do for a living. So, Shinobi Raccoon says, my eyes have weakened to the point where I need to wear contacts. Well, yeah, my eyes have been like that since I was 8, but or at least my left eye is. My right eye has gotten worse, again because of age. But yeah, I've never been able to wear contacts. My eyes are too sensitive. It feels like I can't get over the annoying feeling of something being on my eyeball. So my eyes just can't take it. They water constantly and burn. So no contacts. I'm stuck with glasses, and I can't get laser surgery because it would not improve my eyesight, just based on the problems with my eyes. So I just had to get used to wearing glasses my whole life, which is fine. It's okay. There are worse fates. At least I can see with glasses. So I am not going to complain. Oh gosh, stop it. Heartbreaker says, I don't care about my teeth. My teeth are strong. Yeah, they're strong now when you're young. Wait till you're 40. See how strong they are drinking soda nonstop. Heartbreaker says, I know the metal. I plan on having a lot of tattoos. I have a lot of plans when it comes to tattooing my body. Shinobi Raccoon says, find some badger moles and learn earthbending so you can see. It's funny. Yash says, Pepsi Zero is the best. in my opinion. I've never had Pepsi Zero, so I don't have an opinion on that. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Mm. Ah. Ooh. Sorry. Drinking water. Ah. Very, very soothing on my throat. Yes says, but I drink La Croix flavored carbonated water now. No artificial sweeteners, no sugar, just not really sweet. Okay, that's good. Heartbreaker says, no man, no naked chicks, only on my back. Vanilla says, yeah, Pepsi's my choice when I'm not sipping water or tea. Yeah, you know what I really love to drink? I love orange juice. And I always have. It's just, I find it very, very energizing for me. I like iced tea. What's my favorite drink? I'm trying to think. Oh, I love ginger ale. I really like ginger ale. I like mixing ginger ale with orange juice. Ooh, that's so good. Or ginger ale with grape juice. Actually, ginger ale with any juice. It's good. The whole carbonation just like takes it up a level. If you're a tattoo artist, you should have tattoos on your body. I don't. I mean, I know that's sort of like the standard sort of wisdom. I don't agree with it though. I don't think you need to indulge in something in order to be good at it. You know, um, I can't fly, but I can draw guys who fly. So I don't think you have to be a tattoo artist because tattoo artists don't have tattoos that they have done on their body. It's not like their body is a canvas of the work or an example of their skills or how they tattoo. Other people tattoo artists. They don't tattoo themselves. So what's the point? What's the benefit of having a tattoo artist who has tattoos on them versus someone who doesn't? It's the actual work that matters, not what they have sort of needled onto their body. So I understand the mindset behind it. It's like, oh yeah, you're really committed. You're a real tattoo artist because you have tattoos. I understand that, but it's not logical to me. Hey, John Dillard's here. How you doing? Good seeing you, John Dillard. I appreciate you being here. John Dillard, I need to talk to you because I've been trying to back the Canadian Shield, and I tried to do it several times over the past several weeks, but it either rejects my credit card, and it shouldn't because my credit card is fine, or it doesn't go through when I've tried another credit card. So I don't know what the dealio is, and I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong, and I don't think I am because I haven't backed a campaign in a while. I think since November, so maybe I don't know. Let's see. Heartbreaker says, "Well, I plan on being an H&B AC tech. Oh, HVAC. Sorry. Working on air conditioning and heaters in people's homes. So if I had tattoos on my neck and my hands, they may think I'm a criminal. No. I mean, they're pretty common now, tattoos. So people aren't going to think you're a criminal if you have a teardrop tattoo underneath your eye, then they'll think you're a criminal. But if you just have tattoos on your neck, this thing, okay, the guy likes tats. I never plan on having tattoos on my face and neck. I may have some on my shoulders, never directly on my neck. I think my neck would hurt too much. You know what? The place where they say that hurts the most or a lot is the back of your hands, because you have so many nerve endings in your hands that you really feel it, and also because it's so close to the bones on the back of your hands, that the skin, that it's quite a bit more painful than, say, on like the meat of your arm or your back or something. So you may want to keep that in mind as well. I don't know about the neck though, but I mean, I imagine anytime someone sticks a needle in you, it will hurt to a certain extent. So I've gotten over my phobia of needles. So I give blood every now and then. So yeah, I now have a reasonable respect for needles instead of an outright fear. But at the same time, I'm not one to really like the idea of being stuck with needles. So anytime a needle sticks you, it probably hurts. The medal says in the late 80s, Pepsi temporarily owned 17 submarines, a cruiser, a frigate, and a destroyer-class battleship. Really? Oh, from Russia. Russia had no other way to pay them. Wow. That they were the 6th most powerful military force. Wow, that's cool. I didn't know that. I'm watching WrestleMania, says Yash. WrestleMania 6 match of Hulk Hogan versus Warrior. I'm not sure. I think I know. So lame, but nostalgic. Yes. The way I wear my shirts is a kind of in between long sleeve and short sleeve. I wear my shirts on my elbow. Okay. So I can have tattoos from my elbow to my shoulder and still work as my dream job. Got it. Thank you very much, The Metal, for posting the link to my Indiegogo campaign. I greatly appreciate it. And hopefully people will click that link and help us reach our funding goal. We have, I believe, 57 days left, and we need, in order to reach the goal, we need to reach an average. We need to sell an average of 10 comics per day in order every day until we reach $6,000. That's the only way we're going to be able to get this book published. And every day that we don't sell 10 books, that just adds to the number of books we need to sell every day. So it just gets harder every day that we don't sell 10 issues. So please, if you would, even if you can't, buy a copy or multiple copies of the comic, or even if you can't support one of the tiers, please just share it out on social media, share it out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, let people know about it. And the more people who actually have eyeballs on it, the more people who know about it, the more and better chance that people will be willing to support it. So I'm hoping that we reach that goal. We're 25% of the way there, and we did that in only 3 days. We started Friday in the afternoon, and I guess that's maybe 3.5 days. So 25% of the way there. With your help, we can definitely do it. I know we can do it. So please just give it your consideration. Click the link in the description or in the chat, and buy a copy. They start off at only $8 per issue per physical copy, or you can buy 2 copies for $16 and no shipping for that tiers. For $16 flat, you can get 2 copies of the comic sent to you, a trading card of the comic, and I think that's it. Yeah. So that's a pretty good deal. I'm not technically allowed to get tattoos, but on my 18th birthday, my one wish is to get a tattoo on my 18th birthday. Well, make sure it's a good one. I mean, you wanna start off strong with a really good tattoo, make sure you spend a decent amount of money on it. A good tattoo costs money. Make sure you find a really good tattoo artist. You do not want a crappy tattoo artist working on your body. Make sure you find a good artist. You see plenty of their work, plenty of samples of what they've done in the past, and make sure that they are extremely sanitary. I mean, there are plenty of great tattoo artists out there. I mean, a good tattoo should cost a couple hundred, at least a couple $100, depending on the size. You know, so just save up, take your time. You got the rest of your life, so don't rush into just having anything done. Think about it. Make sure you and the tattoo artist are in good communications in terms of what you want, what your expectations are, and then yeah, have fun. Dillard says, that's unfortunate. However, I don't have any connection with the full-time fulfillment aspect of Rick's campaign. I would send him a message to see if you could find another way. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm probably going to do, because I mean, I really want to see that your Buckler book. It looks really good. So if you guys haven't already checked out John Dillard's campaign, he also has an Indiegogo campaign along with Rick Piper. Their campaign is the Canadian Shield, a character created by Rick Piper, and John Dillard has created a character called the Buckler, who is sort of a villain. And hold on one second. Let me see if I can put the link to their campaign in the chat, so you guys can look at that as well. Okay, there you go. I put the link to the Canadian Shield and John Dillard's The Buckler into the chat. So please click the link and just take a look. You may like it, and if you like it, please order it. Oh boy, John Dillard says, so do you guys want to come on my new show, The Gauntlet, and run the gauntlet by defending your comic against my panel of qualified and brutal judges, or do you want an unofficial shield stream? I wouldn't mind that. I mean, that sounds like fun. So I'll talk to Nasser. I mean, are you in contact with Nasser, John? I mean, if not, I'll talk to him and ask him, because yeah, we definitely want to promote the book on your show and let people know about it. So yeah, sounds like fun. I am way behind. My dream job, says Heartbreakers, to be a HVAC technician. That may be a weird dream. No, it's not, but it's mine. My buddy James has told me he's going to be an engineer. Very cool. Good. Best WrestleMania match was Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle, says Dillard. Yesh says, Jason, so which is better, Sandman, The Watchmen, Hellblazer, or Preacher? I would say The Watchmen is better than all of them. But that's mainly because The Watchmen is more my cup of tea. It is superhero, so I am biased towards it. Um, you know, Preacher, Hellblazer. I mean, Hellblazer is good. Sandman is supposedly good. I haven't read it. Preacher is interesting. It's I mean, I've seen the TV show more than I've read the book, but from what I mean, the book is kind of, it's not my cup of tea. It's just kind of, it's it has some interesting parts to it, but it's just very, one, it's very crude, and I don't really like crude comics. I mean, the writer Garth Ennis is known for crudeness in his comic book writing, which is fine, but it's not, again, it's not my cup of tea personally. And also, I mean, I find the premise of the book is as a Christian, I find it kind of silly, ridiculous, nonsensical, but it's interesting. It's an interesting concept, but yeah, again, it's not something that I'm really inclined to draw me. It's not something that really tends to draw me in. So, but I've seen the TV show, and I know TV show is really quite a ways away from the comic. Um, but you know, it's the same thing. It's interesting, but it's not. I find it's nothing. It's not a premise I can really buy into. You know, it's yeah. Um, Heartbreaker says, "Thank you, the medal. It's a very nice thing to say. No one's ever told me that. Thank you." He's at a loss for words. Is there a tier where you can buy one digitally and one physically? Where you can buy the physical tier and then the digital tier. They're $8 each. So, and so you would be backing two tiers. Just back one tier, and then just once you've purchased it, then go back. Go back to the main page and buy the second one. So just buy two tiers. That's how you would do it. Actually, I'll talk to Nasser, the writer. He's the one who set up the campaign page, and see if there's a way we can make the digital tier like an extra to add on to the other tiers. That would make it easier for people, I think. So I'll talk to Nasser about that. My first tattoo is going to be on my shoulder. It's going to be a tattoo of the Sentinel from Phantasm. Oh wow! And Scott, I have the tall man in the middle of it. It's going to be great. So do you guys? Okay, I read that one. It'll definitely be 78% better than the first episode. Oh, okay. John Diller says maybe 44%. I haven't seen the first episode. I need to check it out of the Gauntlet. I was going to grab the link, but you're already on your way there. Okay, I'm sorry, the metal. I stepped on your toes. Sorry. Heartbreaker says, if I ever have you as a friend on Facebook, then I'll send you a picture of what my first tattoo's going to be. Okay, that's cool. John Doe says, yes, I am. We're on for Thursday. Okay, so got it. We'll talk to Nasser about that Gauntlet thing. Last episode of Gauntlet, what? The guest wanted to fight Model 316. It got out of hand. I have to watch that just so I know what Nasser's in for, because yeah. Am I going to be on that episode? Well, shoot. What time is it on Thursday, John? Because I might be going to a figure drawing class if they don't cancel it because of Corona-chan. Corona-chan. Yeah, because if I'm available, I want to be on that show with Nasser, if only to make sure that, yeah. Nasser's a really good guy, but yeah, he's he might take offense if someone says the wrong thing. I want to make sure that for your own safety, I want to make sure that You know, I know what he's getting into, and he knows what he's getting into. John says it's whatever you want, Jim. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But I do want to see that episode because I remember seeing your the messages on on Twitter between you guys, and I had a rough idea of what was being talked about, but I didn't. I need to watch that episode definitely. Um, what? Heartbreaker says I don't think our finish is that good of a writer person. I don't think our finish is that good of a writer personally. I don't know what that means. His comics. Oh, you mean Garth Ennis? Is that what you're talking about? Is that good for a writer personally? His comics have great beginning and middle, but I think the ending is not good with the ending. I don't think. Okay, that's fair. That was so horrible yet so great at the same time, entertaining, but not that sort of show for that. Okay, he's talking about the Gauntlet. Got it. The point of the Gauntlet, says John, is to make sure that the book is up to my high standard. Okay, got it. Understand. Yush asks, does Watchmen have much action though, or is it mostly dialogue? I want to know the crazy amount of action. There is action in it, and the action that's in it is crazy. Is there a lot of it? There's a fair amount of it. So I guess that's all I can say. It's not like an issue of your standard issue of, say, Batman, you know, where it's like, nowadays Batman, I mean, it's not 90% action. Let me just put it that way. There's a lot of talking in it. There's a lot of discussions about philosophy, stuff like that. But there's a fair amount of action in it. And when the action happens, it's bloody, and it's kind of nuts. It's a good book. You know, I highly recommend it. And I thought the movie did a really, really good job of adapting it. So Heartbreaker says, and to me personally, I think you've ruined the Punisher. I'm talking about Garth Ennis. He had an amazing run, but I think his philosophy of the Punisher, all he wants to do is being an endless war. Yeah, I've only read a little of his Punisher, but again, it was very much like his his Preacher, you know. And I'm not, it's a lot of kind of crude stuff that I'm not really inclined to get into. I do not like that, says Heartbreaker. I prefer the Punisher to be more like Batman. The reason he fights is so no one else can feel the pain of losing a loved one again. Yeah, he's not really like Batman though. I mean, he's like I'm not just talking about in terms of him killing people. I'm talking about his motivation in terms of why he does that stuff. He doesn't do stuff because he doesn't want other people to undergo the pain of what he's gone through. He does it because he hates criminals. He just hates them, and that's spawned by his family's murder. But he's not like Spider-Man, who has the philosophy of like, you know, if I don't do the right thing, you know, then people will suffer because of it. You know, I think the Punisher's frame of mind is these are the same type of scumbags who destroyed my life and killed my wife and kids. I was like, they need to die too. You know, I think that's his basic mindset, but I mean, I'm sure it varies from writer to writer. I mean, the writers determine, you know, what reason, you know, Frank Castle has for you know, going to town on bad guys. And Mel says it's not stepping on my toes. I was just going to save you from having to leave your page. Oh yeah, well thank you very much. I appreciate that. So yeah, so I'll just stick to drawing, and then yeah, if you could post links whenever I sort of mention them, that's a huge help. So thank you very much, Metal. Crossed by Garth Ennis is one of the most crude comic series in the world. I've never read that, and I probably won't now. Based on that. Heartbreaker says, I know the Punisher isn't like Batman, which is why I like him. He's more brutal, but the reason he fights it has the same reason that Batman fights. Maybe. Like Garth Ennis, the most interesting character is basically the Punisher, but you change one facet, like Billy the Butcher and the boys. He's a Punisher, but hates superheroes. Yeah. All right. Yash says, Cross shows things you can't imagine. I'll put it that way beyond anything in Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, the comics are usually way more brutal than Hollywood adaptations of them. So if you read The Boys, it's way worse than the TV series on Amazon. And Amazon couldn't put that stuff in the book. I mean, it's just, in their TV series. So there's always going to be a downgrade in terms of the graphic violence you find in a comic book when it gets put on TVs and movies. Generally. The Metal says, I don't know, I have a pretty strong imagination. I'm sure you do. Heartbreaker says, I don't want to complain about Garth Ennis anymore because I love the Punisher, especially Punisher Max. It's just I don't like that he changed Punisher from being a good guy to a bad guy. Well, the Punisher has always been kind of a bad guy. I mean, if you read some of the magazine stuff from the 70s, he's pretty ruthless. And all the stuff that Frank Miller wrote in Daredevil. He wasn't a good guy. I mean, he's an anti-hero, however you want to say it. So he's not. When you say good guy, I mean, I tend to think Batman, because Batman is a good guy and he does the right thing, But the Punisher is he's brutal. But Garth Ennis does get some pretty good artists when he does stories. Yeah, he does. The Boys TV show does have some pretty disgusting moments, like an invisible man being blown up because a bomb was shoved up his butt. Yeah. When you read Cross, though, it's kind of a high you get, though. It's weird. I read it, and then I think, why did I read this disturbing stuff? Tiffany the Punisher is a good guy. Says, who's Tiffany? Heartbreaker says, the Punisher is a good guy. He only punishes criminals, but in Punisher Max, he kills good people. Interesting. I haven't read Punisher Max, so I cannot comment. Batman takes people to Arkham. Punisher sends criminals to the morgue, says Shinobi Raccoon. That is true. Although Batman is kind of stupid because he sends them to a place that he knows they'll escape from within a couple months, and he continues to send them there. So he's not the brightest bulb in the Batcave. The Metal says Frank Castle is ultimately a character with a broken moral code. He sometimes does good things, but it's kind of a casualty of the rampage and not the purpose. Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, his focus is on punishing criminals. Helping people as a result is secondary if it happens. He's driven by his hatred of crime and people who commit it. So it's a different motivation than Batman has. Batman wants to stop criminals, but he also wants to save people. That's extremely high on his priority list. I mean, if a criminal was threatening to kill a bunch of people, Batman's priority would be to save those people and then stop the criminal. So, whereas the Punisher's priorities will be to stop the criminal, and then the people get saved as a result, that's cool. But saving the people isn't Punisher's first priority. They're flipped with him. Yosh says, Jason, I dare you to read Crossed. Well, you would win that bet because I'm not reading it. Or win that dare. Punisher Max has about 13 different story arcs, and it's awesome, says Startbreaker. I love it. There is a dubbing of it being done on YouTube. I love it. It's called Job Security, Jason. Batman knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah, right. I know. Yeah, he's just like, go. I mean, because Arkham Asylum, their front door pretty much is a revolving door, and Batman just throws guys there, knowing that they're going to escape because so he has more guys to capture and then put back in, and then they can escape, so he can capture them again, and so on and so forth. Meanwhile, thousands of people are dying every time, the Joker escapes. Batman's just like, that's okay. It doesn't matter. Dang it. Sorry. Hit the camera with my head. Shinobi Raccoon says, well, I blame the justice system more. Besides, if you ever cross that line, I don't think it would fare well with Commissioner Gordon. I'm not talking about killing them. I'm saying that this is me just being nerd geek with DC Comics. If you read DC Comics, they every once in a while they'll talk about how how secure certain things are with the characters. Like if you read what was it called? What was that miniseries where the elongated man's wife got killed? Sue Dibney. She gets murdered. And it's called Crisis. I can't remember the name of it. The name of the miniseries. Anyway, the elongated man's wife gets murdered, and elongated man's secret identity was public knowledge. Everyone knew who he was. So because she was married to him, she was potentially a victim of revenge from his enemies. Should I have done that? Let me see. Let me think. Yeah, that's fine. I'll do it. Hey, Bean from PA is here. How you doing, Bean from PA? Good seeing you, Bean. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are having a wonderful early morning. It is 5:30 in the a.m. Is that true for where you are? Are you Central Time or Eastern? I think you're Eastern. I think if you're from PA, if you're still in PA. Good morning to you too. But in Eastern, yeah, that's the best. That's the best time zone. But in this mini series, after she's murdered, after the elongated wife is murdered, Sue Dibney, they go through this extended sort of sequence of the entire Justice League looking at the scene of the crime. She gets murdered inside their apartment, and they're going through the scene of the crime, and you know the dialogue from that scene emphasizes that the elongated man and everyone else who is related or close to superheroes, at least the Justice League, they all have the state-of-the-art technology, not just human technology, but alien technology. I mean, they have technology from Thanagar, where Hawkman's from. They have Martian technology from Martian Manhunter. They have the best of the best throughout throughout the universe, to protect their loved ones in terms of security systems. So no one can get in without being allowed to get in. Now, why doesn't Batman use all that tech for Arkham Asylum when Arkham Asylum houses the most dangerous homicidal maniacs, not only in Gotham, but probably in most of the DC universe? How come that stuff isn't being used at Arkham? And how come Arkham is still using human guards to watch these psychos when the guards are getting bribed and killed on a regular basis? Doesn't make any sense. So I kind of blame Batman for the state of things at Arkham. Heartbreaker says the guy who does the voice work for the dubbing of Punisher Max. Okay, I'm lost. It's so good. Whenever I do a Punisher fanfic, I'm going to let him dub in the voice of the Punisher. Okay. The Metal says, I think I said it before when you were penciling it, but I really love the expression you did for the last face on the page. Oh, here? This one? Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to do the expressions as well as I can, because I mean that's the first thing I sort of look at whenever I read a comic book. I mean, the expressions on the faces, and I know with myself, it always kind of irks me, frustrates me whenever all the characters have the same expressions, no matter what the situation is, and I enjoy it whenever I see variations in that. I appreciate it. So I try to do that with my own work. So I'm glad that you appreciate it as well, and that I'm doing, I guess, a fairly good job of it. I'll try to do better. I'll try to keep it up. Avatar Press, says Yush, has all the crude comics. Okay, I'll probably avoid Avatar Press then. I like some of their stuff though. Some of it is actually really well written and has great art. Okay, cool. Heartbreaker says, to me, Punisher and Red Hood are my favorite superheroes for DC and Marvel, respectively. Actually, it's for Marvel and DC, respectively. So I have a very emotional opinions about how these characters should act and what they do. Yes. Yeah, I understand. Heartbreaker says, the thing about Gotham City, if it was a real city, it would be under martial law a long time ago. Batman is probably the only thing keeping the city together. I think he is. and the thing about Gotham City is it's fiction, because of that, you have to not take it so seriously, because Arkham had robotic guards and most stories wouldn't work. Just wouldn't work. Yeah, it wouldn't work because the characters wouldn't be able to escape. So, it's just sort of like an obvious plot hole in the whole Batman thing. It's like you know, it's just kind of, you know, it's just another silly thing about comics that, you know, you laugh at. It's like, you know, Batman really isn't interested in stopping crime in Gotham City, because just like how the Meadow mentioned, because, you know, if he really was interested in stopping crime, he would do it, you know, and he would, you know, and it's obvious how to do it. You know, he just doesn't want to do it because he needs criminals to fight. He likes fighting the Joker too much, so he just won't stop crime. So every death in Gotham is a direct result of the Batman's malfeasance, and he should be tried and convicted of it. That'd be funny. That'd actually be a cool storyline if they did that. See, if I wrote a Batman story, I would write a Batman story like that, where either a reporter or a new DA in Gotham City would point out that very fact, that Batman has access to all this tech, and that, you know, he'd be revealed, you know, someone would find out he was Bruce Wayne, and then Bruce Wayne would end up being on trial for not securing Arkham Asylum from all the crazy things that the criminals inside have done, you know, every time they escape. So that'd be the type of story I would write. Let's see. Again, I gotta do this in pencil first, 'cause I'm gonna screw it up otherwise. I think it's better to have Arkham have its problems, have a good story, than it just being not so interesting. That's just me. Well, I think the thing is that having Arkham be so insecure, having it being such a sort of sieve for criminals to be able to come in and out of it, you know, whenever they want. I think that's a result of not being a good writer. You know, I think a good writer will be able to come up with a story, you know, explaining all the holes in Arkham's security and why Batman doesn't fix it when he can. So, I mean, it's the same thing with, you know, Superman just revealed his identity to the world, okay, in the comics. And to me, that's just plain stupid, okay? Because if Superman really revealed his identity to the world, the very first thing they would do is attack everyone that Clark Kent has ever met, has ever loved, and has ever been friends with from the time his spaceship landed in Smallville. And that's not the route they took. I mean, they're going, I mean, they're sort of trying to embarrass Superman. That's sort of the line they're going through. You know, they're trying to use the press to embarrass him in the comics. But, you know, to my mind, you know, Superman revealed his secret identity. You know, the first thing that would happen, I would say, like the next day, you know, Smallville would get nuked. You know, Smallville will be blown up by some mystery criminal, you know, as revenge for all the you know, all the crap that Superman's been stopping, you know, for years. You know, they get revenge on you know, the people closest to him. It's not the people at the Daily Planet, it's the people who raised him, you know, all of his friends, all of his classmates, you know, like even if his classmates from high school, like, you know, moved far away from Smallville, it's like I would have a scene where, like, you know, they're like living in London or somewhere, or, you know, they're living in Texas, okay, and the guy like goes out to get his newspaper, and, you know, he looks down and he sees like a little red dot like right on his chest, boom, just takes him out, and one by one, and because they're all separated, you know, it doesn't really make like huge news, but Clark Kent like realizes, like, you know, he gets a phone call from like Ma Kent saying Clark, everyone in your high school class has been killed over the past week. And then he's like, what? I mean, to me, that would be a cool Superman story because it would be based on what should logically happen if Superman were dumb enough to reveal his secret identity. So that's just me. That's the way I think. It's like, if I were a criminal mastermind and Superman revealed his identity, how would I get back at him? What would cause the most pain to Superman? I know. I'll kill his first grade teacher. And I'll let him find out about it, and he will realize that the only reason she's dead is because he was dumb enough to tell everyone who he really is. But again, that's me. I'm kind of a see. This is why I'm glad that I am not a supervillain, because I would not be a very nice one. I'd be doing really kind of mean things to superheroes. So probably a good thing there aren't superheroes. All right, that's pretty well laid out. I'm going to skip ahead a little. Aside from the psychos, most crime could actually be reduced more by Bruce Wayne's money than by Batman, says the Metal. Sponsoring local businesses and decreasing unemployment. Yeah, that's true. I mean, and actually, I think in the comics, I mean, he's pretty much, you don't really see Batman fighting that much street crime in the comic books anymore. I mean, he because Bruce Wayne has funded so much. He's pretty much funded everything in Gotham to keep the poor, employed and housed and stuff. I mean, the Bruce Wayne identity has done a pretty spot on job of doing that. It's mostly the psychos that Batman fights. Ah, dang it, wrong pen. Ah, that was a mistake. Forget I just did that, okay? So when a comic book comes out and you see that, it's I meant to do that. It's all part of my master plan. It's just the way I envisioned it. John Dillard says, that sounds like a boring story. I would write a master. I'm going to do this in John Dillard's voice, the way I hear John Dillard. That's the way he talks anyway. It's like, that sounds like a boring story. I would write a mastery novel. I think he means a mystery novel. I would write a mystery novel. I would make Robin Watson. Oh, I would make Robin Watson, and Alfred would be the killer in this stunning whodunit. That's John Dillard. The Metal says, and it could be fun because how desperate would some of these cycles get without hordes of henchmen? It'd be a fun closed storyline. Yeah, it's interesting. Heartbreaker says, the thing about Superman is if anybody tried to nuke Smallville, Superman would stop it. How would he stop it if he didn't know it was coming? If Superman is in Metropolis, okay, and while he's in Metropolis, he's writing a story for the Daily Planet, how would he know if some guy is driving into Smallville with a U-Haul and a nuclear bomb inside? How would he know that? He wouldn't know it until it went off. By then, it'd be too late. It'd be like somebody trying to shoot Superman. It's an idiotic move. No, it wouldn't be. It'd be very smart because you wait until Superman's somewhere else, you plant the bomb, you get away, and then you set the bomb off. Superman can't do anything. It's too late. It's too late, Superman. It's too late. Game over, man. Game over. Shinobi Raccoon says, the last time someone revealed the identity, an innocent old lady got shot. Aunt May wasn't innocent. Don't give me that. Heartbreaker says, the thing about Superman is all Superman's friends and allies, Superman already knows where they are. And that's the thing I didn't like about Man of Steel is Superman should know where Lois is now. Okay. No matter what happened to Lois, I think are you using a word? What is it called when it tries to predict the word? I think it's not doing you justice. It's betraying you. I think I think it's even stated in the comics. I think it's even stated in the comics that Superman listens to Lois's heart to make sure that she's always safe no matter what. Yeah, but it's not Lois who's in danger. It would be, that's what I'm saying. Superman is in Metropolis where Lois is, so he knows how Lois is doing. He knows she's fine. He's not paying attention to his high school buddies from Smallville. Okay, he's not listening to every person's heartbeat all over the world. So those would be the people who would be most vulnerable if Superman reveals his identity. Everyone knows that Superman's always watching Lois Lane. They know that. So Lois Lane is perfectly or relatively safe. Okay, they know the Daily Planet is always watched by Superman. What Superman would not be counting on is sort of the lesser people throughout his life being targeted because he reveals his identity. And that's where a supervillain, a smart one, would strike. He would strike at Superman's weak spots, not the parts of his associates that are fairly well protected. Matter what happened to Lois, I think it's okay. Got that. It's so much fun talking comics with you, Jason. I wish I could do it all the time. Well, I mean, whenever I'm streaming, you can bring it up. I'm happy to talk about comics. I tend to get a little nerdy depending on the subject. So, and a lot of comics I'm not that familiar with, so I will have to plead ignorance on quite a number of things. I know about some comics. Other comics, I'm like, I've only read one issue. Sorry. Let's see here. Strike out the spots he doesn't even realize could be his weak spots. Exactly. And again, if I were a supervillain, that's exactly what I would do. I mean, I will. Oh my gosh. And that's why that storyline just doesn't make sense to me, because if I were writing Superman, that's the first thing I would think of. It's like, why would I try to blow up the Daily Planet because I found out that Superman worked there? I already know that Superman hangs out at the Daily Planet all the time, so that's not a weak spot for Superman. But the girl he took to the prom, that's a weak spot for Clark Kent, and that's who I would target. I think it would be a cool idea to see Gotham through the eyes of a corrupt cop or just any cop. Actually, I think they did a series like that. It was Gotham PD. Was that the name of it? It came out like, I don't even know if it's still ongoing. They came out with a comic that was focused on the Gotham police and their what they did. So. John Diller says, every time John Diller says, I'm gonna have to say it in John Diller's voice. If I were a supervillain, I would tie Clark's shoelaces together and sit back and watch the calamity. Yeah, that'd be funny. But would it really work with Clark though? Unless the shoelaces were made on Krypton, his first step would just snap them. You mean Alana Lang, Superman's basically best friend when he was in Smallville. It would be a cool idea to go after her. Yeah, or just anyone who he knew in high school, even if he wasn't close to them. Just the fact that he knew them and knowing that their being close to him resulted in their death. Knowing how much guilt that would cost Superman would be a great motivation for a villain to go after Clark Kent's associates, not Superman's, if Superman revealed his identity. Because you can't physically hurt Superman, and I think most villains know that. So the only way you can hurt him is emotionally, and doing something like that would be the way to get at him. you know. All right, I think I did that right. Let me erase it. See what happens. See if I didn't screw it up completely. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That looks pretty good. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's okay. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, Gotham Central. Thank you, Shinobi Raccoon. That was the name of the comic about the Gotham Police Department. And I don't know if that's ongoing, if that's still around or not. But it was an interesting interesting premise. Huh. Sorry. What time is it? It's 5:52. Heartbreaker says if I ever been billeted, I would just sell drugs. I don't understand billeted. I think your phone replaced the wrong word. I would just sell drugs in a city that is not metropolis because I don't want to deal with Superman. If I were a smart villain, I would never go after Superman. Yeah, well, it depends. I mean, Lex Luthor is smart, but he goes after Superman all the time because he doesn't like Superman. So, I mean, if I were a smart villain, I just go after Superman in a smart way. And the smartest way is to go after people he cares about, um, or people he might care about. So that's why I think him revealing his identity is just dumb. It's just like the dumbest thing he could do because he just exposed hundreds, if not thousands, of people who before were never connected to Superman. He just put bullseyes on all of them. A criminal. Okay, got it. Shimmer Raccoon says, "Yeah, I'm gonna take a shower, get a shower, and go to bed." Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Shinobi Raccoon, for hanging out. It's great seeing you. I hope you choose to back the campaign at some point if you haven't already. Thank you very much. It's good. It's like I said, it's great seeing you here. I'll see you around. I'll see you later. Heartbreaker says, if you are a villain that wasn't Lex Luthor, I think it would be smart if you never went after Superman because he could kill you in a second. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't kill. That's the benefit, if there's any, of going after Superman. I mean, you're relatively safe if you're a normal human being and you're not, going around killing people. I mean, he's not like Batman. I would rather go up against Superman than Batman, as a criminal, because Batman will cripple you. He'll put you in a body cast for 6 months or make sure you never walk again. He won't kill you, but he'll make you wish you were dead. Superman won't do that. He'll bend your gun in half and then fly you to the nearest police station. That's it. Um, John Doe says, "I'd say dozens of people because there aren't that many people in Smallville." I would say there's probably Smallville. Smallville probably has like, I don't know, 1,500 people in it. I mean, it's called Smallville, but it's not like tiny town. I mean, it's not like, there. I would say there's probably a good 1,000 people in Smallville, maybe 1,500. Heartbreaker says the thing is most criminals don't have $1 billion to spend on kryptonite. You don't need kryptonite. Just go after the people that Superman would care about. It doesn't. You don't need $1 billion. If I was in the DC universe, I would be a vigilante. I would love to be a supervillain, but I don't know. There's probably way too much risk being a supervillain. I wouldn't want to be either because you know, they get hurt a lot, both of them. I mean, if you're a vigilante and I mean, you're going to get shot. How many times has Batman been beat up and cut, stabbed, had his back broken? No, no, thank you. If I were in the DC universe, I would live far away from any metropolitan area. I would not live in Metropolis. I would not live in Gotham City. I would be living. I'd be living in Alaska somewhere, or probably right where I live right now, because they're where I live right now doesn't exist in the DC universe. So, or at least they haven't written any stories about it. So it probably exists, but it's very quiet here, and I don't have to worry about guys dressed like clowns gassing, you know, huge groups of people. Metal says, if I were a smart villain, I would just do a lot of totally legal things that would secretly have a domino effect toward the master plan, just like Elon Musk. Elon Musk, our very own Lex Luthor. I mean, Jeff Bezos looks like Lex Luthor, but Elon Musk actually is Lex Luthor. So that's also part of his master plan. It's misdirection. He wants all of us to think that Jeff Bezos is the actual Lex Luthor when it's really him. All right. All right, let me do this. If I could be any character, I would be Red Hood, though, since he is my favorite, and he has like the best backstory to me of any fictional character. Yeah, that is a good backstory, but then you'd also have to be beaten to death with a crowbar by the Joker. So that to me is not a fun way to, you know, end up. And then you have to go through the whole Lazarus pit thing and all that trauma. You know, yeah. And I just be normal. Avoid all the beatings by clowns. Can you imagine getting beaten to death by a clown? That'd be horrible. Ugh. And then blown up. That's a bad way to go. Huh. Let's see. Interesting. Huh. Try this. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Heartbreaker says, I'd be fine with being beaten to death by the Joker. I come back like, what, 2 years later? I want the Superboy Prime way the Red Hood came back. Sorry, I know everything about the Red Hood. I dislike heavily the new 52 Red Hood because they turned him into a drug dealer. I don't believe Jason will become a drug dealer. Jack in the Wheels is enough, not drug dealing. Not sure what that means. But yeah, I kind of dislike pretty much everything from the new 52. It was a mistake. It was a bad mistake. All right, I think that panel's done. I also know Red Hood's birthday, August 16th, which is also the birthday of Alfred in the Injustice universe. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. It's 6 o'clock. What time did I start? Hold on. Oh, wow. Okay. It's 6 o'clock. It's been on for about 2 hours and 50 minutes. So I'm going to end the live stream. I'm probably going to continue this off screen, off camera, and continue working on it. But I really appreciate everybody's patience with me, with my sort of slowness with getting this inked, and also just for your watching more than anything else. Thank you for your attention, for your patience, for your time, and yeah, for keeping me company tonight while I work on this page. If you haven't already, please hit the give this live stream a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, also please subscribe to my channel. I'll be working on this book for the next couple months, maybe a few months, getting this book drawn, and I will be live streaming most of the process several times a week. I'm trying to think. I might live stream again today, do another live stream today. Just depends on the other work I have to get done. But make sure to hit the bell for notifications for when I do go back online, and make sure that the notifications are set for all, because otherwise YouTube may not let you know. So subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, give this live stream a thumbs up if you would. I greatly appreciate it. And also, the Metal has just dropped in the link to the very comic book that I am drawing right now. Secret Comics Presents. It is a horror anthology written by Nasser Abadi and drawn by me. You can follow Nasser on YouTube in the link in the description. And yeah, this campaign, this crowdfunding campaign is only going to last for 60 days. Actually, now it's only 57 days because we launched the campaign on Friday. So there's 57 days left, and we just need to get it funded. We're funding it by you guys buying the comic book and supporting it that way. And once we were able to raise $6,000, we'll be able to print the book out and mail it to everyone who bought it. If we can't raise $6,000 by the end of the 60 days, then everybody gets a refund, and the book doesn't get published. And that's not the outcome I'm hoping for, definitely, because I want, I don't want to I don't want all this artwork to go to waste and be for nothing. So yeah, please, if you haven't already, please support the campaign. You can buy original art, you can buy original pages, you can buy these pages. Every page of the book is available for sale in the campaign. So check it out. You can if you you can order a head sketch from me, a drawing from me of any character you want. There's a tier for that. So where you can get the comic book, and then let me know who you want me to draw, and I will draw a headshot of them. There's a lot of different tiers, so just click on the link, www.secret-comics.com. Go over there, pick something you like, and help us get this campaign funded, because without you guys, Nasser and I can write and draw as many comics as possible, but without you guys helping us by buying the book and helping to fund the printing of the book, it can't be made. So, but I appreciate everybody who has supported so far. Even if you can't, support it financially, please share the link out to on Twitter and Facebook. Let people know. Let as many people as possible know about it, because the more people who know about the comic book and our campaign, the more people who might possibly purchase a copy. And again, anything you can do is a big help, and I greatly appreciate it. And I know Nasser appreciates it too. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and again, I will see you guys at a later time, possibly later on today, or maybe tomorrow. It just depends. But I'm gonna be around drawing cartoons, and hopefully I will see you there next time. Okay, you guys take care, and I will talk to you later. You guys have a great day. Stay out of trouble, and make sure to practice proper social distancing. You guys stay healthy. Talk to you later.